The Ruaha Carnivore Project is based in southern Tanzania in the Ruaha landscape. It's one of the most incredible landscapes for large carnivores, particularly lion, leopard, cheetah, African wild dog and spotted hyena. The project is based there to get baseline information on those carnivores for conservation planning, but most importantly, we work a lot with local communities to try to ensure that conserving those carnivores is beneficial to local people and is really important for them, so it encourages conservation in the long term. It's so important to engage local communities for conservation because ultimately these are the people that will determine whether these animals survive into the future. So they have the power, and these are the ones that at the moment are suffering all the costs of living with large carnivores. So the lions, the leopards will come in, they will attack people's livestock, and people don't see any reason to actually conserve them in the future. So what we really need to do through our project, through similar projects, is to get those people on board as real stakeholders in conservation. We need to make sure that their views are heard, and that they are worked with so that those carnivores are actually develop benefits for the local communities. So we work with the communities on all sorts of areas. Their priorities in Ruaha are healthcare, education and veterinary medicine. And we try to work with them at all levels to give real benefits back to those communities so that those will be the ones, those people will protect the wildlife because it makes sense to them and not because it makes sense, to people thousands of miles away. I talk to people and say zoos are one of the biggest donor groups for field conservation, and they play a huge role in funding the kind of work that we do in Tanzania. So just by people going to their zoos, if it's a good zoo and it supports field conservation, it can make a huge impact in actually protecting those species as they go forward into the future. Cleveland Metropark Zoo and Cleveland Zoological Society have been right there from the beginning with us on this project, and it's been so exciting to go on this journey with them in carnivore conservation, and they've been just staunch supporters all the way through. I applied for my first grant several years ago, a small grant from the Cleveland Metropark Zoo, which is funded by the Society. And right from them, they supported what we wanted to do. We achieved the goals. We've built a really strong partnership now where they ask us what we need. They help us actually facilitate doing it. They're very good at enabling us to do all the stuff that is difficult often to fundraise for. It's not the really attractive stuff that other people might want credit for, but Cleveland see the importance of long-term funding, unrestricted funding, and the fact that they're partners and they've committed to being there in the long term. And that's, just exactly what you need in a conservation partner. So we're thrilled with that, and we hope it goes on long term.